Hey everyone, welcome to this Charts by TRADEway training where I'm going to show you how to draw some lines. Again, my name is David Verbruggen, the director of Charts by TRADEway. Let's do this. All right, I've got the Tesla chart pulled up just because that was one that we added to our watch list in the last recording or the last training. But right now, we're going to go ahead and just practice drawing some lines on here. And I'm really going to go more for the button clicks. Where do I click so I can get the lines? I'm not really going for how to draw perfect lines. That's going to take place more in the rest of your education. But to draw simply a line in Charts by TRADEway, you're going to come up here to these buttons here. You're going to see the trend lines button, and I want to click that, and it has a variety of different lines I can choose from. My favorite is just the first one, simple lines. You can see here, Tesla looks like it might be rolling a little bit. Which is a little bit different for Tesla, but this is going to make for some good practice. Let's come here to the bottom left, and I can click and release the mouse, and then it brings up this line. And then I can drag that over, and I'm going to click and release again. Now, look at that. I've drawn a pretty decent support line there. So click and release, and then drag, click and release. That's how that part works. Now, we've also got a few other things in here. There's a ray. I'm just going to show this to you real quickly here. If I select ray, I'm going to click and release, and it's going to bring a line that's going to go to infinity to the left and the right. Wherever I click it is where it's going to stop now. So I clicked and released. I dragged so I could get the angle, and then I clicked and released again. Now I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of this line. I can click on that and then come here to the left and delete that. And I'm going to delete this first one I drew as well here. The next one I want to show you is the horizontal line. A horizontal line is going to go to the infinity left and right, and it's just going to be one click of the button. So let's say I really like the support line. I want to have a line here to infinity left and the right. One click and done. That's it. It's the easiest line that we can put in here. And there you have it. To infinity left and right. Click on that again. I'm going to delete that because I'm going to show you a couple other cool things now. Let's draw one more line here. If I draw a line like this, and then if I click on this line, you can see a bunch of statistics in here. You can see the starting price value. You can see the ending price value, and then you can see that move that line is in dollars or percentage. So that's pretty cool right there to be able to see that. Here's another feature I want to show you. I'm going to draw that original support line again. And there we go. I'm going to click on this. And if I click on the clone button, it's going to populate a parallel line right next to my original line. I can then grab that one and maybe drag it up here and use it as a resistance line. Look at that. All of a sudden, this is starting to look kind of like your step one education, right? I've got a support line, I've got a resistance line. You can see Tesla is pushing up near resistance once again. And that clone line feature is also available on the ray as well if you wanted to do that. Now, of course, I can draw these lines at an angle as well. If I have say a downtrending resistance line here I want to draw. So you can draw as many lines as you want and get very comfortable with that and practice that. A couple other things I want to show you as well. If you look at the next button over, you can select a rectangle. I'm a big fan of drawing rectangles. This will make more sense when we get into spreads in step 3 and spreads in step 4 for debit spreads. But I like, in this case, for example, I've created a bear call credit spread essentially, where I'm just visualizing my bear call credit spread. I'm definitely not in any trade, but I like to create a box where that might be. And so you would have the short strike, you'd have the long strike, then you would have the entry of the trade and the expiration of those options. Now, if all of that went over your head, do not worry. That is still coming. I'm just showing you for the future, it can be very helpful to visualize your spreads by creating these boxes here. Same here, same thing on the box. You can see some information. You can change the color. You can change the transparency. It gives us a starting and an ending price as well. So that's pretty cool also. One other thing I want to show you on here is the text box. Different people use this in different ways, but I think it's really neat. If I just double click, for example, it brings up a text box. Now, in this case, the text color is white and I've got a white background, so that's not going to work. So click on here, change the text color maybe to black or so. And you can, I've seen students do this. I think this is a great idea where you can just type your trade plan in here. And if they get into a specific trade, they might type in their trade plan. For example, my stop out is this, my profit target is this. They will type that here, so it's just right there in your face, easy to see. And you can, of course, move this text box wherever you want. You're going to have the line there from wherever you clicked initially. So that's really cool stuff. One more thing that I want to show you guys when it comes to these lines. If it ever becomes too much and you just need to see the chart without the lines, you don't need to delete them necessarily. You can simply click this eyeball button right here. So now if I click it, it's going to bring back all my previous annotations as well. But then if I click it again, they're gone. And you're like, oh my gosh, are they gone? No, no, no. Just click it again, click the eyeball, and it'll bring up all your lines and all the other lines that you've drawn as well. So that's a nice, handy little feature. And this is how you draw lines and boxes and whatever else you need. There's other things in here as well that I didn't necessarily cover, but all the principle works the same. So that's how you do this in Charts by TRADEway.